Welcome to Leading Organizations That Matter, a podcast about leadership and how we find impact, meaning, and joy in our work. I'm your host, Ray Spadoni, and today's topic is sometimes the best life hacks are the simplest. Occasionally, I'll tackle a complex, nuanced issue here on the podcast, and I'll do my best to simplify and condense it all into a 3 or 4 minute listen. Some days, though, I'll point a finger directly at the mind-numbingly obvious, and there's little to no simplification and abbreviation required. Well, today is one of those days. I've worked with a few organizations and leaders who have lamented the lack of accountability within their organizations. When asked about it, I hear about rules that are not sufficiently enforced, good behaviors that are not rewarded, and toxicity that isn't called out and addressed. This is all quite discouraging to them. I discuss toxicity in organizational cultures in my book in some detail, but this lack of accountability thing seems to be ever more prevalent, and for reasons I don't completely understand, more so lately. Definitely more so lately. So here's the life hack. Take good notes, write things down, make good lists. Now, this all doesn't have to be very sophisticated, and you do not need powerful task management software to do this well, unless you're managing a tax-exempt financing or merging two companies or building a suspension bridge or something, completing some type of major project. Most of us, though, we just need to track to-dos and have a good way of remembering stuff. Pencil and paper works perfectly fine. In fact, there seems to be an anti-technology, retro trend emerging. Just go to YouTube and type in notebooks or fountain pens and you'll see what I mean. I say this is a life hack because I continue to be struck by how many people don't do this, or at least don't do it on a consistent, regular basis. They'll attend a meeting where, ideas and solutions and next steps are all developed and then never actually fully documented. Or they're recorded somehow and then, they'll just float out into the ether, never to be seen or heard from again. I've commented on this before in the podcast and on my website, but it's important to have a system. And I'm just surprised by how many people do not. When you write things down and then figure out some way to remember things, people notice. In follow-up discussions, reciting what everyone promised to deliver can have a massive organizational cultural impact. If my boss is writing it down, I better do the same. And if my boss is going to ask me about it when we meet again, I better have it done. This works in a transformative way. And it's incredibly simple. Thanks for listening. Leaving a positive review and letting others know about this podcast will help a great deal. My mission is to help empower organizations that matter by supporting those who lead them. I offer coaching, mentoring, and consulting services. You can learn more about me and my work at rayspadoni.com.